Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to talk to you guys today about the feed ramp of your G43 barrel. Um, Basically hitting your magazine like right in the front over here, and leaving a mark and kind of bending it out, and basically it looks ugly. And it does this on all the G43 mags, okay? Because here I've got a number of factory Glock 43 mags, and you can see in the front how there's like a little wear, right? That's from the, right there, you see on the front there's a little wear. Okay, it's not just the Glock 43 mag, it's also these Pro mags. They also show wear right in the front, and also ETS mags. They also show some wear. So that's from that barrel moving up and down. Basically, it hits the bottom of the feed lip, the bottom feed ramp of the barrel hits that, and it seems to do it on all of them. And I have I've built a number of these Glock 43s. This one has a syndicate barrel on it. This one has a true precision barrel in it, and I've put like brand new magazines into each one, and they both do it. Okay, I'm curious to know if factory Glock 43s also do this to the magazines, or if it's just purely the aftermarket ones. Okay, now the good thing is that it's not a problem. It does these guns that I shoot here, they've got a couple hundred rounds on them already. And simple fix, just take a file over here, because you don't want stuff sticking out here, because that can become a problem. Basically push down on the follower, or if you want you can take the magazine apart, but normally I just push it down with my finger and I just file it to smooth it out, to make sure that none of that excess material ends up in my barrel. Okay, that's the main thing. That's our main concern here. We want to make sure that this wear, like you see, here's a good example. You see how that there's a little bit of, so it looks almost like hair now, right? Want to make sure that doesn't end up in my barrel. So I'm gonna just push down on this, just file that. The nice thing about the Glock magazines is they got the steel on the inside. So worst case scenario, you're just gonna get down to the steel a little bit. That's not a big deal. There you go. Smooth that out a little bit. This is the reason why I stopped buying the ETS ones for the Glock 43. I use them a lot for the Glock 17. But since this is getting hit and there's no steel on the inside, basically I stopped buying these. What I find is for the Glock 43, the PF9ss, right, the Palmer 80, the Glock 43, the factory Glock magazines seem to work better. When I tried the Pro Mag magazines and I tried the ETS magazines, sometimes I will have a jam. Okay, not all the time, not frequently, but sometimes it will. I have found the Glock that the factory Glock magazines do work better. I'm not a snob, but that's been my experience. I think that the ETS ones are just a little bit thinner, because when you put them in there and you there's definitely a little bit more wiggle room, right? If you hold like this, put ETS in there, wiggle it around. Versus a factory Glock 43, there's less wiggling. There's a little bit of wiggling, but less wiggling. What I think that ETS should have done is maybe made these just a tad bit wider, and maybe got like an 8th round in there, right? Get 7 or 8 rounds in there. That's what I think that ETS should have tried to do. Since the body of their magazine's a little bit thinner, they should have made it just a tad bit wider. Maybe got an extra bullet or 2 in there. Okay, so but anyway, that's just my thought. But anyway, the main point of this video is how to fix this. So just take a file, push down the follower, and smooth that out. And you don't have to worry about, worst case scenario, you just get down to the steel that's inside the magazine. So I don't think that you can mess this up I think the worst thing that can happen is that pieces of this plastic end up in your barrel, and that might actually cause a jam. But I don't think that there's any issue with removing this excess material that the barrel seems to, be creating when it hits the magazine. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope this video was useful. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe and hit that bell button so you get notification of new videos I put out. And by the way, I do lots of practicing with these guns. I carry, this is my carry gun, right? If you look at my carry gun, you can see, yeah, this one actually need to file it down just a little bit. This is probably a new magazine I put in there. Didn't get a chance to really, or maybe I did this. Did I file it down? No, this one I never filed down, but you can see, this is really a good example because you can see how, get in front of the camera. Try to get that to focus a little bit. So that's really not that big of an issue. But just, the gun works fine. I've been shooting this. But if that starts sticking up a little bit, just get the file in there. Just like that. There you go, it's a minor little thing. If you guys out there have a Glock 43, factory Glock 43, let me know if the factory gun does the same thing to the magazines. I'm really curious. Okay. So anyway, drop some comments below. It pushes the algorithms, helps more people see these videos. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. Hit the bell button so you get notification of new videos I put up.